In the history of the NBA, there are losses that hurt and there are wins that kill you. But what happened to Derrick Rose wasn't random. It was a statistical probability that was ignored. Let's look at the crime scene. It's game 1 of the 2012 playoffs. The Chicago Bulls are up by 12 points with only 1 minute and 22 seconds left. The Sixers have stopped fouling and the game is effectively over. By every unwritten rule of basketball, the starter should be on the bench. But Derrick Rose is still on the floor. Why? Because head coach Tom Thibodeau didn't believe in garbage time. He believed in sending a message. And in the next 3 seconds, that message is going to cost Chicago a dynasty. When Derrick Rose hit the floor, the United Center didn't just go quiet. It felt like a funeral. They knew, before the MRI, before the doctors, they knew the era was over. But to understand why this moment broke the city's heart, you have to understand who Derrick Rose was. He wasn't just a point guard. He was the second coming of a ghost. Before Derrick Rose, there was Ben Wilson. In 1984, Ben Wilson was the #1 player in the country. He played for Simeon High School.
I work and go to class.
Kind of corny stuff.
Well,
He was Magic Johnson with a jump shot. He was supposed to be the chosen one.
Ben Wilson.
But on November 20th, 1984, Ben Wilson was shot and killed down the street from the school. For 20 years, a dark cloud hung over Chicago basketball. And then, Derrick Rose arrived. He went to Simeon. And he chose to wear number 25, Ben Wilson's number. He wasn't just playing for himself. He was finishing the story that was cut short. He won 2 state championships wearing Wilson's number. When the Bulls drafted him #1 overall, it felt like the prophecy was finally being fulfilled.
I believe this is about as sweet as it can be.
And for 3 years, he was perfect. Let's talk about 2011, the year he stole the MVP from the King. History tries to rewrite this. The analytics nerds will tell you that LeBron had better stats. They'll pull up the spreadsheets, but they forget the war. LeBron James had formed a super team in Miami. He was effectively the villain. Derrick Rose? He was carrying a hospital unit. During that MVP season, Rose's 2 best teammates, Joakim Noah and Carlos Boozer, missed a combined 55 games. When they were hurt, did the Bulls crumble? No. Rose dragged them to a 24-5 record in those games. He wasn't just the MVP. He was the youngest MVP in history at 22 years old. At 22, Michael Jordan hadn't won a playoff series. At 22, LeBron hadn't won a ring. Rose was ahead of schedule. And the funniest part, they told us he couldn't do it. Go back to the 2008 scouting reports.
2008 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Derrick Rose from the University of Memphis.
Scouts said he had mediocre feel for the game. They said he was not a great floor general and compared him unfavorably to Jason Kidd. They said his jump shot was broken. He proved every single one of them wrong. He didn't need to be a floor general in the traditional sense. He was a supersonic jet. He was an anomaly that the league had never seen until he planted that left leg. Let's go back to the crime scene. Why was he even in the game up 12 with 1 minute left? Thibodeau said later, "I would not have done anything different."
Hurt in practice, you get hurt in the first 5 minutes of a game, you can get hurt at the end of a game, you get hurt anytime.
But his teammates knew better. Richard Hamilton, a veteran champion, knew you pull the starters. The tragedy isn't that Rose got hurt, it's that he got hurt in a game that was already over. That's like crashing your Ferrari in the driveway after winning the race. But even in his absence, he changed the league forever. Because he was so dominant on his rookie contract, the NBA created a special clause in the collective bargaining agreement. It is officially called the 5th year eligible criteria. But everyone knows it as the Rose Rule. It allows young superstars who outperform their contracts to be paid 30% of the salary cap instead of the current 25%. It changed the economy of the sport. Kevin Durant got paid more because of Derrick Rose. Luka, he's a billionaire because of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose sacrificed his knee so that the next generation could secure the bag. It's October 31st, 2018, Halloween night. Derrick Rose is on the Minnesota Timberwolves now. He's just a backup. He's been written off by every GM in the league. Jimmy Butler's sitting out. The team is a mess, and Rose gets the start. And for 48 minutes, the ghost became the god. He didn't score 50 points with dunks. He did it with craft. He did it with bank shots. He did it with heart. He blocked the game-winning shot with the very knees that had betrayed him. And when the buzzer sounded, he didn't celebrate. He broke down. That wasn't about one game. That was about 7 years of surgeries. 7 years of people calling him a bust. He poured all of that pain into that 50-point game. Rose finally retired in September 2024, but his next chapter is the most surprising one yet. He isn't coaching basketball. He's building a chess empire. He launched the Chestival tournament in Las Vegas. He says chess is the answer to the violence he grew up with. He wants to teach kids to think before they move. From the violence of Inglewood to the silence of the chessboard. And just recently, on January 24th, 2026, the Chicago Bulls raised his jersey to the rafters. He will join Jordan. He will join Pippen. He didn't become the GOAT, but he became something more real. He became the rose that grew from concrete. Thanks for joining us here on Game Changers. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, and feel free to throw your thoughts in the comments. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.